God's timing is not always our timing, and that can be difficult to accept. Often we feel like we're ready for the blessing we've been praying for, and yet we watch others receive theirs while we're still waiting. It's easy to feel overlooked or discouraged, especially when you're doing your best to live faithfully. But even when it feels like you've been forgotten, know that you're exactly where you need to be. The delay is not a denial. It's a divine setup for something greater. Sometimes the reason you haven't received what you've asked for is because God is preparing it, and you. There are unseen pieces still being moved into place. God doesn't operate on human clocks. He works in divine alignment, bringing everything together at the perfect moment. What looks like silence is often sacred preparation. You may see others being blessed, celebrating milestones, as stepping into new seasons of joy. It might hurt, and you might ask, why not you? But that comparison only robs you of peace. Their blessing is not your delay. God has something crafted uniquely for you, and when it comes, it'll make sense why you had to wait. Your promise is not lost. It's still active in the spiritual realm. Just because you haven't held it in your hands doesn't mean it's not on its way. Breakthroughs often come after the greatest resistance. What you're facing now, the tiredness, the doubt, the restlessness, is often the tension that comes right before the shift. There's a love that you've been praying for, believing God will bring into your life. You may feel like it's taking too long, or that your heart can't take another disappointment. But even that is being written in His divine timing. When it comes, it won't be forced or confusing. It will be peaceful, mutual, and blessed. God sees more than you do. He's not ignoring your pain or your prayers. He sees what's been stealing your peace, and He's already working it out. Even when nothing around you looks different, trust that God is moving in ways you can't see. His hand is never idle when your heart is calling out. He knows what keeps you up at night. He has seen every tear you've cried in private. Nothing escapes His attention. Your quiet prayers matter to Him. Even when the answer hasn't shown up yet, He's collecting those prayers and weaving them into a future that's better than anything you imagined. Waiting can feel like wandering, like being stuck in a season that will never shift. But God doesn't waste your waiting. In the delay, He's strengthening your faith, refining your character, and teaching you to depend on Him fully. What you gain in the wait is often more important than what you're waiting for. If you can hold on just a little longer, you'll see why the wait was necessary. When it comes, it will be in a way that only God could orchestrate. It won't be rushed or incomplete. It will be whole, satisfying, and undeniably from Him. Every struggle, every prayer, every sleepless night, all of it will make sense. God is not a man that He should lie. What He has spoken over your life will come to pass. Your promise has a due date. Just because it hasn't arrived doesn't mean it's been forgotten. Heaven operates on a timeline of purpose, not pressure. You're not late. You're right on time for what's next. The blessing God has for you isn't just about you. It will overflow into others' lives. That's why it's being shaped with such care. He's not giving you something average. He's preparing something abundant, something that will reflect His goodness and give glory to His name. There's a portion set aside for you that no one else can claim. It's marked with your name, designed for your heart, and meant for your journey. Don't worry about who got theirs first. Yours is coming, and it will be worth every second of the wait. Stay expectant. Keep your heart open. When your blessing arrives, you'll understand why the journey looked the way it did. You'll realize that the delays weren't punishments, they were protections. What you thought was God holding back was actually Him holding you close, ensuring that you were ready. There is a time for everything. What's been hard will turn into healing. What's been broken will be restored. God specializes in making things new. He doesn't just patch up the old. He brings beauty from ashes. That's what's ahead for you if you don't give up now. Speak it even before you see it. My time is coming. My blessing is on the way. My heart is being made ready. God's plan for me is good. Though I wait with faith, and when it comes, it will be perfect, because it will be God's timing, not mine. There are moments in life when you feel like everything around you is falling apart, and you don't know where to turn. In those moments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, unsure of what the next step should be. But in the middle of that confusion, God is still present. His hand is over your life, even when you can't feel it. Sometimes the chaos is not a sign of abandonment, but preparation for a divine shift. You may be dealing with friendships or relationships that suddenly fall apart. It might not make sense at first, but what if that loss was actually protection? Sometimes God removes people not because you did something wrong, but because He sees what you cannot. He knows what's ahead, and He clears your path to make room for what's better. Trusting God's guidance can be hard when doors begin to close. You might have prayed for an opportunity only to see it slip away. But not every door is meant to open. Some are sealed shut because what's behind them would hinder your growth. God's redirect. At night, when the world quiets down and you're alone with your thoughts, peace can feel like a distant dream. The weight of the day sits heavy on your chest, and anxiety threatens your rest. But that's exactly the moment to bring everything before God. He never slumbers. His peace is not limited by time. As you lie in bed, breathe deeply and remember that you're not facing your burdens alone. Surrender each worry, one by one, into the hands of the one who promises to carry your load. Let go of the need to fix everything by yourself. God doesn't ask you to have it all figured out, just to trust Him with what you have. Sleep should be a time of restoration, not dread. When you rest in God's presence, you allow Him to do what you cannot. Guard your heart, renew your mind, and restore your soul. Even your dreams can become a place where God speaks life, comfort, and guidance into you. Each new morning is a gift, a reset. And yet, it's easy to wake up with yesterday's burdens still attached to your spirit. That's why it's important to start the day not with fear or dread, but with a heart tuned to gratitude. What you set your mind on in the morning has power to shape the entire day. God's voice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a gentle whisper that cuts through your noise. To hear it, you have to slow down, quiet the distractions, and lean in. It's in those moments of silence that He speaks the clearest truths. You are loved. You are seen. You are not forgotten. It's not weakness to depend on God. It's wisdom. You were never meant to carry the weight of life alone. He invites you to lean on Him, to find strength in surrender and courage in your faith. Let your dependence on Him become your source of resilience. If your heart has been heavy lately, it's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you care deeply, that you're longing for something meaningful. Don't harden your heart to protect yourself. Instead, place your heart in God's care. He handles fragile things with gentleness. No day is wasted when it's lived in God's presence. Even in seasons where nothing seems to be happening, growth is taking place beneath the surface. Trust that the quiet seasons have purpose. They prepare you for the harvest that's coming. God's plan is never rushed. He works with eternity in mind. While you may want things instantly, He is building something that will last. The foundation must be strong. The deeper the root, the greater the fruit. So if you're still waiting, it's because something deeper is being built in you. When gratitude becomes your default posture, life begins to shift. You stop focusing on what's missing and start celebrating what's present. Joy is not found in perfection, but in perspective. Even now, there are blessings around you. Breathe them in, speak them out, and give thanks. God hasn't changed His mind about you. His promises are still intact. Even if you messed up, even if you lost your way, His grace reaches farther than your failure. Come back to Him, not with shame, but with honesty. He welcomes you with open arms, not judgment. If you're still here, it means your story isn't over. Every breath is a sign of purpose. You are still part of something sacred. Even the parts of your journey that feel broken are being redeemed. Nothing is wasted when placed in God's hands. In every ordinary moment, God is doing something extraordinary. He's orchestrating people, timing, and opportunities to align for your good. Stay present, stay expectant. What seems small now might be the beginning of something miraculous. Keep walking in faith. Your miracle could be one step away.